Hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ. My name is Soham and today we are going to talk about a new manga series which just debuted on Shonen Jump yesterday and we need to talk about this. The name of the series is actually called Blue Box and I'm pretty excited to share my opinions with you all. But before that, if you're new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. So this is actually a coming of age love story which is written and illustrated by Koji Miura, and my initial impressions of this particular manga is that it is pretty, it is cute and it is wholesome. But along with all of that, it is funny as hell. The last couple of pages really gave me a chuckle that I've not had in a really long time, and this series is looking really good in my opinion. Now here I have a couple of things that I want to talk about, especially in relation to the character designs. The characters, especially the first couple of color pages, really remind me of Demon Slayer for some reason. I really did not understand why, but maybe it's the way the characters are designed and their eyes. The eyes specifically remind me of the Demon Slayer characters, and it kind of reminds me of the descendants of Tanjiro as such. And that's not the only part. This series also has a very distinct old school shoujo manga characteristic, and that is very evident in the art style as a whole. This is a very clean yet beautiful art style and I'm really a huge fan of it right from the very first chapter. Moreover, the first chapter effectively displays the tone of the series and it also manages to establish the characters, their motives, their ideals and the interwoven plot among them. Our protagonists here are Taiki Inomata and Chinatsu Kano. Now Taiki here is a third year badminton player from the junior high, and Chinatsu is an upcoming basketball sensation from the same team, but she's a senior to Taiki here. Also, Taiki had fallen in love with this character Chinatsu from the day he properly started practicing, and he was really enamored by her hard work, and that becomes a really important part of this plot as a whole, especially towards the end, where he kind of confesses her to not go away because her family is leaving the country. But before all of that, the characters are introduced in a very fun manner. The supporting characters are also nice here because Kyo provides a very interesting take to the series and Hina is a very fun prankster who likes to tease Taiki all the time. Now here this is just my prediction, but because Bokuben We Never Learn just ended a couple of months back, the harem scene of Shonen Jump is kind of vacant at this moment, and this series kind of has a potential to maybe, just maybe, catch up or fill up that particular scene. Now I'm not saying that this series is bound to be a harem series as such, but it's just my prediction at this point. I might be totally wrong about it. But along with that, after the ending of Haikyuu as well, there's a vacant space for the sports manga as well. So this series definitely has the potential to cover these two very popular spots in Shonen Jump, so let's see what happens in the future as such. I really like the first chapter overall. I don't really want to give you all any major spoilers here and I want you all to check it out yourself because this was a really fun ride. I'm really liking the overall tone of the series and the way things are being set up here. There's no unnecessary perversions or anything like that, and the goals of the characters are pretty clearly established here in the very first episode itself. Also, the family dynamic is kind of coming up very soon because Taiki's mother and Chinatsu's mother were actually ex-teammates on the same basketball team, and because of this, there's a very interesting situation that comes up in the final page of this chapter. Again, I'm not going to spoil it for you all because this is kind of just the first chapter as such and I don't want to give you all the twist or the major turning point here. But let me just tell you that this is going to be very fun. So overall, I'm really excited for Blue Box. But here, please note that even after reading the entire chapter, I'm really not sure about the naming of this series. Now please pardon me for my ignorance because I actually do not know if Blue Box is a term associated with any sports or not, but I really did not understand the naming scheme that is applied here and why this series is actually called the Blue Box. Maybe it's going to be revealed in the future, maybe there's going to be some sort of a blue box, a mysterious element that is going to be introduced which will be enticed with the relationship status of our main leads. Maybe that is the case or maybe it's something related to sports, I really do not know. Moreover, I found out that there was actually a one shot for this series a couple of months back, but there are a couple of changes that are implemented here. For example, Taiki being a badminton player where initially he was actually a volleyball player. I think that this change is pretty nice because basketball and volleyball will have similar dynamics and therefore adding badminton to the mix kind of takes a totally different approach. So I'm really looking forward to this series as a whole. The artwork is crisp and beautiful, the characters look nice and I'm really excited for the story overall. So therefore I really recommend you all to give this manga a shot. This is just the first chapter of this series and I'm really looking forward to it as a whole. So that's it for today guys. This was my quick review and initial impressions for Blue Box. So what do you guys think about all of this? Please do let me know in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more. Also please do join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features. With that being said, this is Wonder WhyZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.